All right, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakah, Kwadash, Laiwalam Yum. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the ones out there who are doing this work diligently and chiefly keeping the faith and making your calling and your election sure. It's your brother Kazak Rakar coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Hopefully this is edifying. This is another addition to the series I'm doing on a channel called Spiritual Breakfast. The title of this one is called Reading Helps Keep the Demons Away. Right? Reading helps keep the demons away. All right. And the spirit jumped on me to do this particular video because, I was speaking to someone, right? And the spirit just had me tell them, read, and I asked them, like, how did you read lately? And the response was no, right? Yeah, or I'll get back to it. And the spirit just had me just say it, man. Hey, reading keeps the demons off you. Reading keeps the demons at bay. So do praying, right? Praying first and foremost, right? But then when you read, it keeps your mind in tune with the Lord. You can read, you can listen to the audio books, whatever you have to do to consume the word of the Lord, you got to do it, right? Because it keeps the demons at bay. All right, it keeps the demons away. Okay, the scriptures let us know in Revelation chapter 1 verse 3, you are blessed when you read these words, right? You are blessed when you hear the words of the prophecy, right? You're blessed. You see, because a demon will come and try you, but can't access you because your mind is fixated on the Lord. You're reading, you're praying, right? You being a better brother. You see what I'm saying? Like when you do things, when you actually, how can I say it? When you're doing the fruits of the spirit, it's hard for a demon to latch on, right? It's hard for a demon to latch on. Real talk, man. You know, real talk. You're blessed when you read. The scripture says in Isaiah 34 and 16, what see read what is it? What is it? Isaiah 34 and 16, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these words shall fail, none shall want her mate. Right? It's the Lord's spirit that gather them, So when you seek out the book of the Lord and read, right, you are blessed. Right? The demons stand at bay. When you read over accounts like let's say for example, you read the book of Joshua. You see, your mind to be wrapped up in those times, right? Your mind to be wrapped up in what Joshua had to do and how he took over the nations, right? Piece by piece, how he went to war with the nations and how he slew those 5 kings that was hiding from him in a cave. You know what I'm saying? You get to time travel, man. Like when you open up the book and you read, the demons have no chance to come close at that moment because you're time traveling. Your mind has stepped into a time machine and you're able to go back and look at the accounts of our forefathers, look at the actions that they have done. So that way you can, follow them too as well to the best of your ability. You know, you're really blessed when you read, man. When you go into the prophecies, Revelation 13 and 16, you go into the prophecies and you see how this world is fixing itself to fulfill that prophecy of Revelation 13 and 16, where everybody being chipped. Look at the data centers are being built, right? They're being built everywhere. China, they're ahead of everyone else. They built their data centers inside the oceans, man, that surround them. You see what I'm saying? So real talk. You got America struggling to get water, right? Struggling to get water, but you got China who built their data centers inside of the rivers, inside of the oceans that surround them. You know? But the point is, reading prepares you for what's to come. Second Esdras 15 lets you know that what? It's a great insurrection coming upon those who fear the Lord. It's either Second Esdras 15 or Second Esdras 16. You know? So it gets you prepared for what's to come, man. You know? And the thing is, people hate reading. People will read they'll read everything on social media. People will read what they deem that's important, but when it comes to reading for the Lord, it's like pulling teeth. You know, real talk. When it comes to reading about things according to the Spirit, it's like pulling teeth. But we're always reading. If you're always reading something, whether you're in traffic, whether you're on the phone, whether you're at the job, you're always reading something. So why is it so hard for you to read about the Lord, for you to research about the Lord? You know why? Because it's demons on you. That's why. It's demons on you. Demons prevent you from learning about the Lord. Demons prevent you from actually fearing the Lord and reading, man. Real talk. Real talk. And a lot of people ain't gonna like this video. Hey, if you're reading on social media and you're reading all around the world, you're reading these different books, but you're struggling to read the word of the Lord, then I'm talking to you, man. This video for you. You know, how the hell can you read? How the hell can you read everything else, but you can't read the scriptures? You haven't consumed the whole roll. You know, listen to it. If you having a problem with just sitting down, focusing and reading the words, read a new translation. If you having a problem with the King James version, the point is you gotta read, man. Your reading gets you closer to the Lord. It's certain things that the scriptures are revealed to you, at that moment when you read them, that man cannot reveal to you. You see what I'm saying? Like if you, especially, let's talk about if you're a prophet. If you're a prophet and you're not reading, then you're not really truly a prophet. If you out here on the highways and the byways and you're not consumed in the book, you're not reading, you know what I'm saying? Then you're not really a prophet. Because the Lord reveals his secrets to his prophets, right? And his prophets are reading, right? So they can get the secrets. The prophets are praying so they can get the secrets. You know? Real talk, you can't call yourself a prophet and you're not reading. You got demons on you, man. How the hell can you read everything else but you can't read the scriptures? It's a tall task for you to read the scriptures. You know? Real talk, man. And you got a lot of people out here that's within these other camps. They don't read for themselves. They don't read for themselves at all, man. They'll let another man tell them about their belief instead of them doing research and reading themselves. That's why you got a lot of phonies and copycats. Why do you have a bunch of people listening to one dude? Because they don't read. They don't read for themselves. So they listening to that leader who they trust in, and they don't read. Here at GMS, you're forced to read. Why? Because you got to do a video at least 3 times a week. So that force you to read, right? And most importantly, if you in GMS, you in the school of the prophets. So you're going to have that spirit on you to read anyways, real talk. But if you in GMS, right, and you find yourself around brothers are gonna know you're gonna be forced to be around brothers, by the way, or brothers gonna be looking at you like an outsider, like what's going on with you, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, if you in GMS and you around brothers are gonna know if you're reading or not. You see what I'm saying? Brothers are gonna know if you consume the whole roll or not. Because when spiritual conversations come up, and you don't know what brother's talking about, that means you don't read or you haven't read that account, you know? Real talk. But these other guys, man, that's in these other camps, of course, they don't understand the prophecies because they don't read. They got demons on them that's preventing them from reading. And like I brought out in Revelation 1 and 3, you're blessed if you read. You're blessed if you hear the words of the prophecies. So if you're not consumed in reading, then you're gonna find yourself outside of this truth. If you so-called claim that you're part of it, you're gonna be reading. If you're a part of this truth, you're gonna be reading because you're reading Yahweh Shai. The word was made flesh, according to John chapter 1 and verse 14. So those who are reading are near to Yahweh Shai, near to the comforter. But if you don't read, you just got demons on you. You just claim that you believe, but you're not doing what's necessary. You're not doing what's important, what's pertinent. Reading is important. Consuming the whole roll is important. And you're not going to consume it only once. You're going to consume it over and over and over and over again. Because when you read a chapter, the first time you read it, you'll get something from it. Then the second time you read it, you will notice something that you didn't notice the first time. The third time you read it, you'll discover something that you didn't notice the first two times. That's how the scriptures go, man. It's layered, it's deep. You see? So you're gonna consume the roll over and over again. Reading keeps you close to the Lord, man. Real talk. So, this is not gonna be no long lesson. I just want to say these few words, man. Reading keeps the demons at bay. Reading keeps the demons away. You're too fixated on reading about the Lord, things of the Spirit, so the demons can't come in, right? And even if they come in, you're gonna find yourself, fighting those demons even better because you equipped yourself through the Spirit. You see, it's all about equipping your spirit to fight these battles. And if you're not reading, you're not gonna be equipped to fight the demons that come to you. You're gonna succumb to those demons because you don't know what to do, right? You don't know who to call on. You don't know the true power that's out here causing these things to happen. So you out there lost. You're oblivious. You don't know what's going on. But when you're reading, now you equipped to fight the demons. You see? Now you understand why they're coming. Now you understand why they're on you. So that way you can fight, you can swing, right? You're comfortable in the battle. If you're not reading, you're not going to be comfortable in this spiritual battle. So hopefully this was edifying. I'm gonna end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakako Dash Olam Yem. Double honors once again to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom once again to the elect. All right, reading keeps the demons away. Shalom. Abba.